Hello and welcome to Happy Handicrafts. My name is Joanna and today we're going to be making a Paper Sloyd ribbon box. Now this is the 13th project from the second year from the book Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades by Ednah Anne Rich. Now if you've been following along with us, you may find this project is a little more complicated. It definitely has some more intricate measuring and cutting going on, but stick with us. The results are going to be worth it. So let's get started. So the materials you're going to need for this project are first the book Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades by Ednah Anne Rich. We tend to use this more and more with each project that we do, especially for the diagrams. And I'm going to put a couple links below for you so you can find it. You're also going to need a cutting mat, an X-Acto knife, a pencil, a ruler, some glue, and some good quality cardstock. We're using some scrapbook paper. It's going to need to be at least 9 inches by 11.5 inches. And ours is 12 inches by 12 inches. Now the first thing we're going to do is we are going to create our 9-inch by 11.5 inch rectangle. We're going to start by measuring down on the left-hand side from the top to 9 inches, and we're going to draw a dot. Then we're going to measure down from the top on the right-hand side, and we're going to measure down to 9 inches and draw another dot. Now using our ruler, we're going to join those two dots with a line. The next step is to measure in at the top of your paper. You're going to measure in from the left to 11.5 inches. And you'll draw a little dot. And then down where you drew your last line, you can measure in again from the left-hand side to 11.5 inches. And draw your dot. Now once again, using your ruler, just join those two dots with a line. We're next going to use our X-Acto knife to cut out those lines. This will give us our 9 by 11.5 inch rectangle. So position it horizontally in front of you and then measure along the top from the left and place the dot at half an inch, 2.5 inches, at 9 inches, and at 11 inches. Then you're going to do the same along the bottom. Measure in from the left and place a dot at the 1/2 inch mark 2.5 inches, at 9 inches, and at 11 inches. Now you're going to use your ruler to join all of those 4 lines, 4 dots with lines. So first we're going to connect the 1/2 inch dots. Next, we'll connect the 2.5 inch dots. Then the 9 inch dots. And finally, the 11 inch dots. Next, we're going to measure on the left-hand side down from the top, and we're going to place dots at 1 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches, and 7 inches. Then we're going to do the same on the right-hand side. Measure down from the top and place your dot on all of the odd numbers. 1 inch, 3 inches, 5 inches, and 7 inches. Now, using our ruler, we're going to join those lines. We're going to start at the 1 inch dots and join them. Then we'll go to the 3 inch dots and join them. Then move to the 5 inch dots and draw a line. And finally, the 7 inch dots and join them with a line. Now we're going to use our ruler to place dots only along the top. So we're going to measure in from the left, and we'll place dots at the 3 inch mark, the 3.5 inch mark, at 8 inches, and at 8.5 inches. There's a lot of markings here. Now we're going to place dots on the second vertical line at 1/2 inch. And now you're going to do the same on the third vertical line. Measure down from the top and place a dot at 1/2 inch. Now, using our ruler, we're going to join these lines. I would suggest using the book for this to guide your lines, but you can watch Lucy as well and see what she's doing. We're basically drawing the tabs for the cover of the box. Next, using our ruler on the first horizontal line, we're going to measure in and put a dot at 2-inch mark and at the 9.5-inch mark. Then we're going to do the same on the second horizontal line. We're going to measure in from the left, put a dot at the 2-inch mark and at the 9.5-inch mark. Now use your ruler to join. Lucy's doing the 9.5-inch dots first. So just between the second and third horizontal line, draw the lines, draw your line connecting those dots. And then do the 2-inch marks. Draw a line connecting them. Now we're going to place dots on the lines we just drew. We're going to measure down from the beginning of the line we just drew to 1/2 inch and draw a dot, and then to the 1.5-inch mark and draw a dot. Then using your ruler, from the dots we just drew, you're going to draw lines to the corners like you see Lucy doing here. Now let's do the same to the other side. On the 9.5-inch line that we just drew, we're going to place a dot at the 1/2-inch mark and the 1.5-inch mark. And from those dots, we're going to again draw lines to the corners. Now use your ruler to measure down from the top on the left-hand side to the 5.5-inch mark and draw a dot. Then do the same on the right-hand side. Measure down from the top to 5.5 inches and draw a dot. Now using our ruler to connect those two dots, you're only going to draw a line across the second and fourth spaces to the outside, just like Lucy's doing. Now we're going to place dots on this line we just drew, this divided line. We're going to place dots at the 1-inch mark, the 2-inch mark, and then on the other side of the paper at 9.5 inches and 10.5 inches. Now from those dots that we just drew, we're going to again draw lines from the dots to the corner. Take your time with this. I find it very intricate, and you don't want to rush it and make a mistake. When you do this really precisely, it comes out into just a really nice box. So take your time. Refer to the diagram if you need to, and you can also watch how Lucy's doing it, and that should really help. Now, once you've done that, you're going to measure down from the top again on the left, and you're going to place a dot at 4.5 inches. From there, you're going to draw a line to the corner. And then you're going to do the same on the right-hand side. Measure down from the top to the 4.5-inch mark and draw a dot. Then draw your line to the corner. Now you're done all the measuring. So if you want, using your diagram, you can highlight the edges to show you where to cut. Lucy is choosing not to. She feels confident in just cutting out her template. So using your X-Acto knife, you can go ahead and cut it out. Again, take your time with this. You'd never want to rush cutting with an X-Acto knife because that thing is sharp. So take your time so that you don't cut anything but the paper. And position your paper as you like to make it easier for you to cut. You'll see Lucy's turning hers all the time to make it easier to cut accurately. Once you're finished cutting, you can remove all the extra pieces. Then using our ruler, we're going to make the initial folds. This is an optional step that just helps us make the folds more accurate. Once you've done the initial folds, you can use the flat part of your ruler to reinforce them. This makes them nice and crisp, so your final product is much nicer. This part does take some time, but I think it's worth it. Now finally, you're going to position your template with the cover at the top like Lucy just showed you. On the right hand and left hand sides, you're going to fold in the tabs and put glue on them. We did one at a time. Now keeping the little flaps on the inside, you're going to fold the bottom of the box over them and hold them in place until the glue is set. Then do the same on the left-hand side. Fold in your tabs, place the glue, and fold that part into the inside of the box where you don't see the tabs from the outside, and you're going to hold that in place until it's firm. And there's your ribbon box. You can put ribbons in it, or we have 100 million different craft things we could put in them. If you'd like to see what we ended up using ours for, you can visit our website. I'll put a link below. We actually modified it a little bit so that we could use it for our own needs. So thank you for crafting with us. I hope to see you in the next video.